Well, the Sandover at the moment is not too bad. Like, it's starting to get a little bit bumpy, and I know that, yeah, the further east you go, the worse it'll get. Hi, I'm Rhonda Barber, and I live at Mount Skinner Station, which is 200 kilometres northeast of Alice Springs. I've been here for 17 years now. I think you have to learn to enjoy your own company, otherwise you would never survive living out here.
Right. Well, we're about 100 k's along the Sandover Highway. I'm in the passenger seat and Penny's very safe at the wheel. Penny, how's the driving going?
Nicole, I have to say it's a little bit like sailing a boat in choppy waters. We're going up and down, like we're actually heading across the waves. And but it's been okay so far because we haven't had a lot of corrugations, which is what I find really hard about driving on these roads, because you have to really hang on, and you have to either drive really fast to get over them, you know, skid across the top of them, or otherwise your teeth are just going to fall out. So so far so good.
I'm David Moore and I'm a linguist. I've been working in the region for about 15 years.
From Mbladowicz up until Lake Nash, how would you describe the Sandover from here?
It's corrugated and there's quite a few sections where there's holes in the road. It can be quite dangerous. There's been a couple of rollovers in the last 2 weeks.
How bad is it compared to other dirt roads in Central Australia, would you say?
I think it's probably one of the worst compared with other ones that I've travelled on.
All right, so generally you'd say that people around here would say that, or they seem to be proud of the fact that the Sandover is a really, really bad road.
I don't know about proud. There's been sealed. You would have noticed the bitumen between Alpera Store and the Utopia Clinic. There's still many patches which are still really rough and do a lot of damage to vehicles.
What's the worst damage you've seen done to a car?
I was driving back from the Sandover recently and a car had been rolled and parts of the car were crushed. This was only a few days ago.
There is quite a lot of sand on the road, hence the name Sandover. A little way back there was a Mirage that appeared on the road, which was quite striking. What I thought it was, there was hot bitumen on the road, and that's what was shining in the sun.
Yeah, it was a bit weird seeing that Mirage. I thought it was a big expansive lake rather than hot tar.
So it's the end of our second day, Nicole. We're in Mbladowicz. What do you say later we go down to that little jazz bar and have some, I don't know, a bit of French food at the bistro down the road?
Yeah, that'd be great. I think there's a good little foreign film on at the cinema tonight as well. Should we follow it up with that?
Oh, that'd be terrific. And then afterwards we can walk down the Esplanade and, you know, do a bit of people watching, a bit of champagne.
Oh, I'm so there, Penny.
All right. Downtown Mbladowicz it is. Nicole, we're standing here underneath the sign for Agadir. It's just 16 kilometres away. There's a great big white fence over there on the dirt road. It's a little bit windy here today. You can probably hear that wind going over the microphone. It's actually really beautiful and green out here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just gorgeous. Like almost as soon as we sort of left Mbladowicz, it just became really green, and I don't feel like I'm quite in Central Australia. We're so used to seeing that really arid, dry, sparse environment, but here it's green. We did have a bit of rain last night, so there's obviously been rain out here, and the trees are green. There's a lot of vegetation.
Although, as you say, it is still very sandy. We've got that beautiful deep orange dirt covering everything, so it's a pretty nice contrast to the pale green trees and the lovely blue sky.
It certainly is, and I think I've got a bit of that red dirt in my swag as well.
All right, we're going to push on and head to Lake Nash.
Sounds good, let's go.
All right.
We're driving through Lake Nash station towards one of the stock camps, and I don't know how many times you can say wow.
I'm almost speechless. It's so beautiful. In fact, the entire landscape is flat, and if you look ahead and behind, I can see in the mirrors as I'm driving, there is nothing else along this road except miles and miles of yellow grass, and the sky is this pale, washed out blue. But I'm absolutely gobsmacked by how awesomely beautiful this is. It's almost bringing tears to my eyes. So I'm standing out here on the Sandover Highway, and before we started on this drive, we kept being told that the road was going to get worse. And from here, I have to say, the worst part of the road was actually at the very beginning. We're looking forward to a few whoopee kind of bends in the road, which are a lot of fun, so might hear a bit of squealing from us later on. This is better than a roller coaster.
May not have a circus in Alice Springs, but we've got the Sandover Highway.